is proud to donate to the General Scholarship Fund of every school in this year's Final Four. And to honor 75 years of March Madness, Werner has created a commemorative ladder for this year's net cutting ceremony. Werner, the official ladder of the NCAA Basketball Championships. Rick Pitino, what a weekend, what a night it has been for the coach of Louisville.
Yeah, unbelievable. You go in the Hall of Fame, your son becomes a head coach at Minnesota, you win a national championship, and you're going to get a tattoo.
And you're going to go to the Kentucky Derby.
And he's going to the Kentucky Derby where he has a horse that's going to race. But Charles made the point, and I thought Coach Pitino validated it. Shane Bohannon was a grown man tonight. His ability to, in essence, dominate the paint. We talk a lot about the three-point shots, but folks, there's a reason why there's 3 seconds in the paint. Because ultimately, that's where championships are decided. And he was a decision maker tonight in the paint.
So much of it's about conditioning. I don't know if you guys know this, but the assistant coaches, everybody on staff at Louisville, has to meet with the trainer and lower their body fat, train at 5:36 in the morning, all the way to the team. That team is in incredible physical condition, and they beat teams based upon the fact that they don't believe they're ever tired. They weren't tired in the second half.
To me, there's no one player that wins a national championship and no one plays a team. So I'm going to shout out Van Treese, Morrow, Buffalo, Price, Harold, Bond, who didn't play much, but their contributions in practice have got these guys prepared to win a national championship.
Well, listen, Hancock deserved MVP. He was great Saturday. I'll say it again. His first half, when he got the 14-0 run to get the game back to 1 point and a half, that to me was the difference in the game. But the big difference, Shane Bohannon physically imposed his will on the Michigan Wolverines. Those two guys were amazing tonight.
John Beadon's going to have a lot of sleepless nights over not putting Trey Burke back in the game late in that first half when they had complete control.
Yeah, because even Hancock makes the shots, but the point about Burke is his presence on the floor will never allow you to go on a 14-3 run.
It's time management.
That's the thing about that. It's not so much that you worry. I'd rather have him with 3 fouls and be up 10 or 12 than him with 2 and basically be in a tie game that we dominated for 15 minutes.
But in fairness to him, they had a 12-point lead. And that's when Hancock hit all the threes. And at that point, it was probably too late to put it back in there.
Well, my point being, Charles, is when you're a consistent All-American, when you're a great point guard, you know how to manage a run. You know how to slow things down and get the pace so when they make that run, it can go to 6.
Charles, you know how many fouls Trey Burke ended up with? He ended up with 2 fouls. So, Brett, you saved him, but you lost the championship.
But the point I want to make is they had a big lead when he took him out the game. Hancock hit 4 fours in a row, and they happened so quickly. He didn't have...
No, Chuck, you're right. You made a point. But, Chuck, I understand your point. The point that I'm trying to make, though, he's the national player of the year.
And he's
also a point guard. If there's any player you can have in the game, it's a point guard who's that good.
He hit those threes so quickly, and then by that time, it was too late for the house.
Chuck, you get 5 timeouts. You get 5 fouls. Use both of them.
The house was on fire. The house was on fire.
And the kids couldn't get out.
You just got to get out.
Get out.
It was too late.
Guys, let me interrupt you here for just a moment. As we watch the Louisville Cardinals cutting the nets down, everybody's wondering about Kevin Ware. Is he going to get up there? There has been conversation about whether or not the Werner ladder folks were going to elevate him or whether the NCAA was going to bring the net down. But he is waiting his turn in one way or another. Kevin Ware is about to cut down his part of the net. And, you know, you wonder about what impact his injury had on this team. All it did was give a very talented team another reason to win.
It's a great point. Personally, I go back to the year we won a national championship. I broke my jaw in 2 places and my chin, and all I could think about was trying to find a way to help my team. And I think that's what Kevin Ware was able to do a little bit differently. It wasn't his ability on the floor, but it was his inspiration off the floor that I think really helped to really motivate his group.
Here's Kevin Ware. Big moment for that young man.
The 2 things out of that injury they just appeared so united. We're all sitting in the studio, the entire nation was aghast, and yet they seemed to bond together. It was amazing. And then Tim Henderson to replace him. And think about this, guys. Obviously, he was missed. But Tim Henderson